Hey there, this is Jeremy Wells coming through to give you a full detailed review of the Ashen Amps APG700.4, quite possibly the best Class D amp I've ever played on. So, as you can see, the first one that I got a couple months ago has been instantly implemented into my setup here for home recording, and I recorded the whole album Sources with it. It's on all streaming platforms. Check it out. 7-string bass album. I did drum programming, string programming, a bunch of other stuff in it, all mixing and mastering. But the APG is what really had the secret sauce to make it come out into the mix. And the preamp inside the APG itself, I didn't have to use like a middleman preamp or anything. Just alone itself with the bass going through it and whatever effects I want. Just absolutely clean. And this one's going to be used for all my live performances with Day Shadow, Xenoplasm, and all my 7-string stuff for this year coming up. So let's take a deeper look into this and a couple examples of how it can sound with a 5-string bass and a 7-string bass. So what we have here is the front panel of the APG 700.4 by Ashen Amps. So as you can see, it's pretty minimalistic, but still very in-depth setup here of calibrations that you can do with your sound. And then we got the vents here and stuff. It shows the power here. Got the clip and therm light. So going from left to right, we got the input jack. Pretty self-explanatory. Presence. So this presence, as far as I can tell, it really guides the amount of the preamp that's inside of this box here and stuff, which is a very, very powerful tool, honestly. So if you want to color your sound a little bit more, give it some more depth power, some like more oomph into the front without having to like bring forth a middleman preamp or even like boost your preamp inside your bass if you're using an active bass, this is a perfect solution right here. Honestly, for my setup and what I do, I keep it at around 3 so I can still have the sound of my bass and the pickups and electronics that I really like, but still have some of the oomph from Ashen here. So then we got the blend, which is actually going to blend the two tones together. So the presence and blend are different, but they interact as like similar kind of values for sure. So then you can kind of get like either 50-50 of your original tone with the other preamp tone, or you can guide it over or across or whatever you'd like to blend. And we got treble and bass. The mids are already set. So the reason why they don't have mids in this is the mids are already supposed to just like stay calibrated as is, as normality goes. And then the treble and bass goes throughout with that. So it kind of, and along with the preamp settings and stuff like that, and you can also fine toggle on your bass too with the tone settings, but with these, it's kind of like a mid wouldn't necessarily be necessary. You know what I mean? Like, so, and then we got the level, which is overall volume, and then line output. So all pretty self-explanatory stuff. This stuff is mainly for preamp purposes and blending, and then the actual EQ right here, which is very powerful. So definitely adjust as you go and like do little bits at a time and stuff, because a lot of these just make it boom and make it go out and stuff. So it's awesome. Yeah, experiment with it. Do what you want. Start at 0, keep going up. And that's the front. So what we have here is the back of the APG700.4 by Ashen Amps. So we have the speak on output here, 4 ohm minimums. Also, this amp goes to 8 ohms too. The wattage difference, I do not remember at the moment, but there is a difference to the wattage, but 4 ohms, 8 ohms, it runs both types of cabs, so no worries there. And then we have, you know, the grill with the cooling fan and stuff like that. Not a loud cooling fan either, which is really cool. Play on words, I guess. I don't know. And we got the mains in, which is power, of course, and then the actual switch. So yeah, it's a pretty self-explanatory kind of back setup, front setup, other than the presence and the just the stuff that goes for the preamp in it. That's like a huge boost into the amp for sure. So yeah, and that's the APG 700.4. So as you can see, it is a very, very versatile Class D amplifier, pretty much going into the realms of tubes for all of its qualities that it has, without any of the upkeep of tubes or any of that kind of stuff that comes along with all those variables, you know. And this is going to be going into my Grundorf rack mount with a 2-space shelf. And there's ways to Velcro it, but this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw it into the rack mount shelf itself, so it's completely... This one here, I Velcroed it because it ain't going anywhere. It's staying here inside the rack mount and stuff. But Velcroing it as well at the bottom, as long as you cover the whole bottom and the whole square area of what you want on the rack mount shelf, it should stay whether it goes upside down or anything like that, or side to side, you know what I mean? So, but I'm going to screw this one in just in case, you never know. But I still trust the Velcro. As long as it's strong Velcro, it should do right. So, all right, well, thank you for checking it out. Be sure to check out Ashen, my favorite amp company ever, and actually some of the best stuff I've ever played through. And check it out. Hey, y'all have a good one. Keep on rocking. Love you all.